to live in the solution. I'm Mary Trimble, your astrologer and tarot card reader, and I'm here with your readings for April the 29th to May the 5th. Cinco de Mayo, darling. So there's quite a bit going on this week, astrologically, but I won't get into that now. There are 3 sections in my readings. There's the intro, there's the horoscope, and there's the tarot reading, and you can skip each one. All the information will be in the show more section, the description box below. If you're on a phone, you can just click the arrow down. And all the links to the other videos are there, plus the skip times to what interests you in your reading. So now, having said that, these are general readings, guys. These are for the collective. So if you would like a more in-depth personal reading, click on this link here and it will take you to my website, and you can see what kind of readings I offer. And what else? And if you feel that you would like to support this channel in any way, please visit my Patreon page. I post things there that I don't post anywhere else. And there are different tiers, and you can support this channel for as little as $1 a month. And it may not be a lot for you, but it's huge for me. It can do a lot for me. Because I have so many brilliant ideas or whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with that. So, what else? Thank you for all the likes, shares and comments. Last week, I didn't put 12 videos out. I put one long live stream out. And you can check that out if you want. And in the description box are the times that you can go to your horoscope. I am going to be getting some of these readings out early this week because tomorrow night, I'm recording some of these on Thursday, tomorrow night I have a live event on your life purpose. What is it? How can I find it? What's it all about? I want to sing that song, What's It All About, Alfie? And that's what I do. I burst into song every now and again. If you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoy these readings and you like the other videos that I put out. Please join me on Friday, April the 26th. Yes, April the 26th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come here. Come here. This is Sparky. He wanted to say hello, didn't you, Sparky? Yes. Sparky's whispering in my ear. He's my psychic dog, aren't you, Sparky? Psychic and psychic. Look. Yes, look. Look at that. All right, now you want to meet Lily? She's my house guest, Lily is. Let's get Lily up here, shall we? Mwah. Lily Marlene, come and say hello to everybody. And this is Lily. Lily, she's my little house guest. She's the little princess. Yes. She's a little shy knot. Say hello, Lily. She's been a sweetheart. We give her back in a couple of days. All right. Let's go to your card, shall we? Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope section of your reading. And let's get right into it, shall we? Now, at the beginning of the week, the major thing that's happening is Saturn stations retrograde. What does that mean? It means that it slows all the way down, ready to change direction and go backwards. Now, this is happening in the sign of Capricorn, which is ambition and career kind of thing, but it's going through your house of transformation and other people's money. Now, when Saturn goes retrograde, it's a good time to revisit your relationships and to work on your long-term goals. Now, Saturn's all about duties and responsibilities, structure and rules. So it's important to kind of restructure your reality, what's going on. And it's also about discovering, or having a new view or attitude or perception towards any obstacles, because Saturn will put obstacles in your way. Saturn is the planet of lessons, so it's not malevolent, it's not malicious. It wants to, I'm going to call Saturn he because he's like an old man, right? He's like an old professor. He wants you to do things right, so he's going to slow you down and make you think about what you're doing and perhaps take a different direction. And he's the Lord of Karma, darling. So when he's going retrograde, it is a double dose of karma. He goes retrograde once a year, roughly, maybe a little bit over, and he goes for about 4.5 months. He's retrograde. Now, he's also going retrograde close to Pluto, so a lot of stuff is going to come up for a lot of us. Our lives may change drastically, in ways perhaps we can't imagine, and sometimes it's not very, it's not easy, but it's always better. So we need to kind of really pay attention to our responsibilities and our duties. This is about restriction, it's about limitation, it's about fear, it's about anxiety, because all that change is kind of, you've probably been feeling it for a few months. I know I have, as Saturn was moving into that retrograde zone, and Pluto too. So we've been really feeling it, and they're both kind of in the same house. And this is in your house of transformation. It's like death and rebirth. So this is big for you. It's a really big change that you're likely to go through. You may have mismanaged someone's money, perhaps. It could kind of manifest in that way, and you may have to kind of make retribution for that. But whatever it is for you, it's really important to kind of be on point. Don't avoid any kind of responsibilities or put anything on the back burner, because all the stuff that you have is coming up now. Now, in the middle of the week, Mercury, your ruling planet, is interacting with about 4 planets over the period of 2 days in very different ways. Some positive and some not so positive. So this is going to affect your communication. It's going to affect, it's the planet of communication and intellect, and it's all about, your thought process. So it's going to affect it. 1 minute you'll be really positive and really optimistic, and the next minute you may be, going down a rabbit hole of, negativity, and you could have, it's going through your house of community. So it's going to be about relationships with other people, and perhaps social media, because Aries is about, and Aries is ruled by Mars. It's about it's about impulsivity. It's doing something without thinking. It's saying something without thinking. So you may let something slip, and it might be good. Think twice about posting something on social media. I will say that you could have a tendency to regret something. You may, make a comment. It could be a controversial comment that you make, and things could get out of hand that way. So you might regret it. So just be careful how you handle any kind of social media posts and things. Now, on Friday, the moon stations. It just stops. It stops moving in any direction, and it's what we call in astrology void of course. Now, during this time, it's the whole day Friday until about 4:18. But you want to kind of think about this the whole day. Don't make any large purchases during that day, because it's very kind of you could have buyer's remorse. So don't make any large purchases, and don't sign any contracts. It's very much like Mercury in retrograde when the moon is void of course. Now, later on that day, it moves into Taurus. So we've got quite a few planets gathering in Taurus, which is your 12th house of secrets, and sometimes it's a self-undoing, right? So the new moon is happening on Saturday, on May the 4th, in the sign of Taurus, and it is transiting your house of kind of secrets. So look, the moon, Taurus is about, the moon is the mother, it's hungry, it wants more, right? And Taurus is about financial, money and security. This may manifest in you wanting to feel secure and safe and not trusting a lot of people. So you could even kind of put in a video system of monitoring system at home or in your work or something, where you can kind of keep an eye on what's going on. You may want to kind of remain keep parts of your life secret. You may not want to reveal a lot about yourself during this time. This is definitely about patience. It's about you really working on, it's all of us, we have to work on patience during this time. And it's also now, it's about making thoughtful and deliberate, choices and actions, as opposed to, the impulsiveness that we've just been through. Now, then we have on Sunday, Cinco de Mayo, darling, with Mars in your house of secrets, right? And it's opposing Jupiter in your house of relationships. So look, Mars is the soldier and Jupiter is fortune. So this is the soldier of fortune. And this is kind of backwards and forwards. You and your partner might be self-serving at this time and not considerate of each other. This could be in friendships too, or, relationship with your family. This could be any relationship, but your ego and others is liable to play a big part, causing arguments with perhaps aggression at times. So this is important to avoid hot button topics. And it is Cinco de Mayo, so lots of tequila is going around. So try to avoid drinking too much, because things could get pretty ugly quite quickly and out of control. So we don't want that, do we? Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in, and let's go to your card section, shall we? Hello Gemini, and welcome to your tarot card section of your reading. And I've already shuffled these off screen a ton of times. So 3 cards for Gemini, please. 3 cards for Gemini. What wonderful gifts, blessings and guidance can you give Gemini for this April the 29th through May the 5th? 3 cards for Gemini, please. Oh. 1. 2 more cards for Gemini. Oh, there's another one. 1 more card for Gemini, please. There's the other one. Lovely. And let us go for these clarifying cards. And I have already shuffled these. I'll do it one last time. Okay. Please clarify the Hierophant, please, for Gemini. Please clarify. There's 1. Okay, please clarify the 7 of Cups for Gemini for this. There it is. And please clarify. Oh, 2. Oh, very interesting. This is so funny. Okay. This card almost fell out. It's so funny when we see these things. Anyway, I'm going to show you your cards, Gemini. The first card out for you is the Hierophant. Clarifying the Hierophant is the 3 of Swords. Then you have the 7 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, the World, and clarifying the World is the 7 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. Okay, So the first card out is the Hierophant, and that's, it's the Pope in some decks, and this is all about having faith. This is about trusting that things are going to work out all right. This is about going back to basics and what you believe in. It's really trusting in spirit that, that things are happening for a reason, and that you are being cared for, and don't worry. Handle your worries and your fears over to God or to your belief system, whatever you believe in. This is, non-denominational here. We welcome all faiths and beliefs here, all encompassing. Now, clarifying the Hierophant is the Three of Swords. So this is pain, darling. This is unavoidable pain. And you may have a little pain because there's a lot going on in your relationships with perhaps Mars, and you've got, a lot going on in your 12th house. So this is, this is an old pain. This is something that is deep-rooted, but somebody's actions or words can kick this off again and bring it out. And it's really interesting because we feel this deep pain when somebody kind of triggers it, and it's almost like an overreaction to what the person, people are confused when we react through this pain, and they're confused and they're like, what did I do? Because it seems so small to them. But what they don't know, it's like kicking the hornet's nest. What they have done through several words or an action that's not that kind of big a deal if you look at it outside of why you are feeling this pain or triggering this pain. So they open Pandora's box. And what you need to do when this card comes up is you have to connect the dots. It's really important, Gemini, for you to really look at this pain honestly. Trace it back. Where did this pain start? When did you first feel this betrayal and this deep hurt? When did you feel this abandonment? Whatever it is for you, this needs to be, this is coming up right now. This card is coming up because you need to deal with it. You need to kind of look at it. You've got to take this pain in, and you've got to feel it, and you've got to release it and move on, because this is holding you back. And you kind of know it. So this is about awakening. This is about having some awareness and really looking at where this is coming from and dealing with it. The next card for you is the Seven of Cups. This is a very emotional card as well. And this is not being confused and not knowing which way to go. This is definitely you're feeling some confusion and you don't know which way to go. There may be opportunities there. You don't know if you should take a job or if you should do this. Should you stay in this relationship? Should you go? Should you, whatever the decision is for you, there's some confusion. And I always say with this card, right, 7 is introspective. The answer is within, Gemini. You need to get out of your head, what we call the monkey brain, and you are very apt to be in your head. You're ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is the planet of intellect. So you're in your head analyzing. You're very cerebral. You're always thinking. And this is about quietening the mind, because when you quieten the mind, then you will see the answers and you will know which direction to go in. And this is definitely about having faith, and it's about dealing with this pain and letting it go away, because that'll give you clarity. You can't focus because you're in this pain that somebody has stimulated. And I don't want to say through no fault of their own, because some people do hurt people, deliberately, but I don't think they realize how they've kicked the hornet's nest kind of thing, and you're feeling this deep rooted pain that was probably, initially felt when you were very young. Now, clarifying this, is the Nine of Pentacles. So once you can clarify this, once you can clear this away, you'll be able to make choices, and it will really pay off for you. You are going to grow in ways that you can't imagine, and things are going to get so much better for you, Gemini. And the next card is the World. So you have a choice here. You can do the same old thing and get different results. But if you choose to do things differently, you will be rewarded. It's like the universe is backing you. God is backing you. Your faith is backing you. It's got your back. And look, clarifying this, you've got the Seven of Cups again. And you've got the Two of Swords. You need to make a decision. You need to kind of deal with this and move on. You may be in a relationship that's not working. You may need to move on from that. You may need to fix this relationship. But it's a decision. You're not addressing something that needs to be addressed. And you have these choices here. So you have some options in front of you. But you definitely have the option of doing things completely differently. And this is about your transformation. This is about you being a new you, going forward, completely changed and different. We all are. We're all going through this phase of coming out and really kind of, well, hopefully you are, because this is enlightened. This is somebody waking up, being aware, having some self-awareness and moving forward differently, changing the way you perceive life and how you handle situations going forward. Gemini, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media and comment. I answer every single comment. And I live for comments and feedback, so I really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Darling, I love you all, and I'll see you next week.